Reilly here. Welcome to the No Spin News, Thursday, July 13th, 2023. Stand up for your country. So what do you think about the FBI corruption? Are you angry? Are you depressed? Are you apathetic? Do you care at all? Those are the three categories: anger, depression, apathy. Okay? Really not anything else. Now, if you watched the hearings with Christopher Wray, the FBI chief, earlier this week, you saw the Democrats, and I pointed this out, they didn't care at all. They didn't care what the FBI did. Didn't care. Because the FBI is helping the Democratic Party. So if it's corrupt, if it's dishonest, if it's violating people's privacy, the Democrats didn't care. I think there was one Democrat asked a few questions about personal privacy matters. But this is disturbing when a population of a country, when you have millions and millions of people who just don't care, including elected officials. And that is the subject of this evening's Talking Points Memo. I'm going to give you 6 examples of FBI corruption. These are in stone. These are facts, not disputable. And I always encourage people when they watch and listen to the No Spin News to have a pen and paper nearby. So I'm going to go over these fairly slowly. Again, all facts. The FBI knowingly used false information to secure FISA warrants in order to spy on the Trump campaign in the Russian collusion hysteria that took place in 2016. Okay, so the most powerful law enforcement agency in the world knew it was submitting information to judges that was false in order to get the judge to sign a warrant for wiretaps. That is Gestapo type stuff. That's Joe Stalin, Soviet Union type stuff. Putin now. Okay? That's one. 2, FBI agents in Silicon Valley traveled to the offices of Twitter and other social media and suggested to those people that the Hunter Biden laptop story was foreign disinformation and should be suppressed by the social media companies which did the FBI's bidding. How do we know this is a fact? Because the Twitter files themselves, the records of those meetings, were exposed by the new owner, Elon Musk. FBI has not denied that, by the way. Okay, so here we have federal agents walking into a corporate building saying, you know what, probably shouldn't have any postings at all about Hunter Biden and the laptop, even though the FBI knew, because it verified the laptop, that what Hunter Biden had written in the laptop was indeed written by him. They knew it. That's 2. Number 3, the FBI itself suppressed intel that there would be trouble on January 6th. Agents received information and, as far as we can tell, did nothing with it and did not inform the public. FBI documents verify that. So we believe, because those documents have not been made public, that FBI had informants inside the Proud Boys, far-right group, and those informants said, hey, the Proud Boys are going to cause trouble at the Capitol. That's what I believe happened. But we know for a fact that the FBI was warned there was going to be trouble at the Capitol. And I didn't get any information, did you? Nobody did. Why not? That's corruption. That's ridiculous. 4, the FBI suppressed information from a paid informant, somebody they give cash to, that as Vice President Joe Biden took money from his son Hunter and brother Jim. The information was put in an FBI memorandum. But when congressional investigators asked to see that, Christopher Wray said no, and only relented under threat of contempt of Congress. That memorandum is still not made public. All right? The investigators on the House Judiciary Committee and a few others saw it redacted, but we haven't seen it. Why? What is this all about? Now, I understand due process. You don't want to convict somebody because some informant told you something. I got it. But this is ultra serious. Okay. 5, the FBI spied on Catholic pro-life activists out of the Richmond office. And now the FBI refuses to turn over the records of that spying to the public. And now freedom of information is going to have to be filed against the FBI. The FBI is trying to hide it, even though the FBI admits the Richmond office did it. And finally, the FBI declined to investigate most rioters after the George Floyd killing who crossed state lines and caused mayhem all over the country. You know how many rioters were prosecuted? 6. 6. And Antifa, Black Lives Matter, individual kooks, they're running all over the country. 6 were prosecuted out of the thousands, tens of thousands of rioters. Now, they all didn't cross state lines, but some of them did. Okay? So, if this isn't corruption, then corruption the word does not exist. And again, this isn't my opinion, these are facts. So when confronted with that, if you had an honest president of the United States, he would have fired Wray a long time ago, or she. Wray, done, gone. This is ridiculous, crazy. All right? But no. Wray's boss, Merrick Garland, the Attorney General, you think he cares about any of this? No, he doesn't. If he did, there'd be a special prosecutor investigating the FBI. The FBI's own Inspector General confirms much of what I just told you. So again, you walk around, most Americans don't know anything about this because the networks, the television news, they're not going to report it. So they walk around as blind fog, no idea about growing corruption at the federal level in not just the FBI. Believe me, Biden himself is in trouble, okay, on this money stuff. It's coming. But then you're going to say, well, who's going to investigate Joe Biden on that? Can't be the corrupt Justice Department, the FBI, right? The judges will have to take it over. The judiciary, just like in Watergate. The judiciary will have to take it over. So anyway, this is a huge story. And I'm, as an American citizen, not just a journalist, I am really horrified about all this. I mean, yeah, all right, you can hate Trump all day long, and that's what these Democrats did in that hearing earlier this week. Oh, Trump, MAGA. You can, fine, I don't care about that. But this is verifiable corruption at the highest level with the most powerful law enforcement agency in the world. And you don't care? Reminds me of ancient Rome. And people back then, they didn't care what the emperors did. They didn't care. Well, the barbarians are at the gate. And that's the memo. Bill O'Reilly here for Lone Star Transfer. If booking your timeshare has been difficult in the past, you know it's been almost impossible lately. Most clients are shocked to learn that their timeshare is now available to the public, severely limiting booking options. Many owners are upset their yearly dues have nearly doubled during this maintenance fee season. For well over a decade, this family-owned company has had the pleasure of helping more than 18,000 owners legally and permanently get out of their timeshare fees. With an A+ rating at the Better Business Bureau and more than 900 5-star testimonials, Lone Star Transfer is a company you can trust. Lone Star Transfer guarantees the release of all liability to your timeshare in writing and in a specific time frame. So please call my friends today for a free, no-obligation consultation at 855-551-7066, 855-551-7066, or online at lonestartransfer.com. Okay, let's go to the mail. Steve Gallegos, Wendell, North Carolina. Hey, Bill, your tenacity for seeking the truth keeps me coming back for more. To your comments on Wray's testimony and the questions that were not asked, please contact some of these young Republican representatives and teach them. That's not my job. They can watch this broadcast. All right, some of them do, but not as many as should. I don't know if they want to learn. I really don't. A lot of grandstanding going on. Kathleen, concierge member, that means Kathleen has a life insurance policy. Anything bad happens to Kathleen, she can tell me privately what it is, and I will try to help her. That is concierge membership on BillO'Reilly.com. Please check it out. Kathleen says, I have to disagree with you, Bill. Those points they should have asked Wray are all things he will say he can't discuss as it is under investigation. I purposely worded the questions so no investigative information would be required, Kathleen. Go to the message of the day on BillO'Reilly.com. I list the questions. He could have answered any and all. If he says he can't, he's not telling the truth, and all Americans should know that. Stephen, Bill, your analysis of the congressional hearing featuring the FBI director was spot on. This is why many Americans are so cynical. Both political parties protect one another. There's an element of that. Jack Morgan, Oviedo, Florida. Bill, your FBI segment was very educational, but that won't get us anywhere because nobody will do anything about it. However, you are a real investigative journalist. I'm not sure. I think the stuff that we're laying, the foundation that we're laying here, Jack, it's going to come to fruition. Remember, I talked extensively about this to Sean Hannity yesterday. That's posted on BillO'Reilly.com. All right, Hannity's going to pass that along because he has direct access to the Republicans. Okay? We're building here. Richard Swaffer, Montreal, Canada. If Congress has constitutional oversight of the FBI and the Bureau's policy is of not commenting on active investigations, can Congress take the FBI to federal court to overturn that policy? No. No. What Congress can do is cut off the money to the FBI. Now that's going to happen. Not all the money, but some of the money. Remember, the Justice Department is not under Congress's authority. It's under the president's authority. However, Congress provides the funding. In this country, Richard, that's the way it works. Arthur Framini, Guilford, New Hampshire. If John Mitchell was a leading law enforcement officer in the Watergate years, who had the authority to prosecute him? A federal judge named John Sirica. So once the corruption and criminality reaches into the Justice Department, the presidency, whatever, the courts come in because you can't trust the Justice Department to investigate itself. John Sirica, look him up. Very, very strong patriot. Richard, concierge member, I completely disagree with Trump's decision to avoid the debates and your concurrence of that decision. He will be blasted whether he's there or not. He could deflect the attacks. Can't deflect the attacks from 12 people. It would be a fiasco if he showed up. My opinion, and that's what we do here. We have different opinions. There's no opinion about the BillO'Reilly.com store. You get the best stuff in the world in that store. We got a special bumper sticker, 3 bumper stickers. My favorite, Don't Be a Pinhead. Then Atheism, Nothing There. Then Team Normal, which is almost my favorite. So you get 6 stickers, $14.95. A lot of fun. You give them out. You wave them around. You cause some trouble. I hope you check that out. We also have books that are marked down. Team Normal Gear off 15%. We're giving a discount, summer discount. Team Normal Gear. We're almost out of the women's shirts, by the way. I didn't know they were going to sell that way. The women's polos, throw the picture up there. They're flying out of here. So if you want them, you got to go in and get them because we're almost out of them now. Word of the day, do not be loutish, Loutish. Back with the final thought in a moment. The chairman of the Fed is promising more pain ahead. Last year, stocks dropped a whopping 20%. 2023 could be worse. You are right to be worried. So call the only precious metal dealer I trust, American Hartford Gold. They will show you how to protect your savings and retirement accounts by diversifying your portfolio with physical gold and silver. Since I've been a client and spokesperson, the price of gold has appreciated more than 35%. So please call today and they'll have physical gold and silver delivered right to your door or put inside your IRA or 401k. They have thousands of satisfied customers and have the highest rating in the country with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Please tell them Bill O'Reilly sent you and they will give you up to $5,000 of free silver on your first order. Please call 866-501-5201. That's 866-501-5201 or text BILL to 65532. Again, that's 866-501-5201 or text BILL to 65532. Okay, here is the final thought. According to the National Assessment of Educational Progress, only 14% of urchins in school read when they're not in school. Read for fun. 14%. 31% never read anything. 31% of the urchins. Why? Because they're on this all day. But only 14% reading books. So we had the summer reading program. Throw it on up. Killing Crazy Horse, Killing the Killers, Killing the Legends. Look, Crazy Horse, teenagers would be very engaged. If the teenager is bright, Killing the Killers, they'll get through it. Now, Killing the Legends, it depends. If they know Elvis, if they know Muhammad Ali, if they know John Lennon, it's an easy book to read, but I'm gauging interest level here. But you get 3 of those books plus a Team Normal hat for $32.95. And I told you last night, that's a piece of salmon in a Long Island restaurant without any potato or vegetable. $32.95. Come on, 3 books and a hat. Anyway, try to get those urchins to read. It's our responsibility as parents, grandparents, uncles, and aunts to get these kids to read. But you got to give them something that's fun to read and discuss it with them. Thank you for watching and listening to the No Spin News. New column Sunday noon. We'll see you again Monday. Thank you for watching the No Spin News. To watch the full episode anytime on BillO'Reilly.com, please sign up to become a premium or concierge member. Visit BillO'Reilly.com to sign up and start watching today.